Sometimes you turn on a game just to watch the world burn. Today, gameranx brings you 13 games that are NPCs' worst nightmares. Number 13, Crusader Kings 2, which does a great job of simulating medieval times. A lot of people don't remember how barbaric the medieval times actually were. Fortunately, Crusader Kings allows you to imprison people, torture them, castrate them, take their sight. Oh, and for the psychological element, you can pretty much have sex with anybody in their family. Mothers, sisters, daughters, wives, whatever. Nothing is off limits. It's the medieval times. People were terrible and it was fine. Number 12, the new Hitman. Or really any Hitman, but in particular this one because I absolutely love what you can do in this game. You can pretty much cause a riot with NPCs in this game. It is so fun messing with people. IO did such a great job with making detailed, alert, but still somewhat incompetent NPCs. And whether you're punching them in the face or shooting them or throwing a wrench at them, which by the way is probably my favorite thing to do, I haven't had a time that I didn't love the reaction. Number 11, Rollercoaster Tycoon. NPCs in this game are under constant duress by the player. Well, if the player's malicious anyway. You can do everything from drop water on them, fence them into places, basically entrapping them for the rest of their lives, and intentionally building huge death trap roller coasters that end in certain demise. And not that the game isn't a load of fun on its own when you play it the right way, but you know you have your little file off to the side. You know, the one that you're not trying to do good in the game with. You do. Don't say you don't. Number 10, Postal II, which basically is chaos for NPCs, the game itself. I don't really know if there's another way to play Postal II. Sure, it's violent. If what happens in the game happened in real life, it'd be deplorable, but that's kind of the point. And really a large portion of it is utterly unrealistic and silly looking. Like you can pee on stuff. You could almost just call Postal II Chaos Simulator, or at least Rampage Simulator. Number 9, Infamous basically gives you a bunch of superpowers and asks you to complete various tasks, and like, you're just gonna do that? Come on. Not when there's NPCs around. So you can zap people, you can throw them, you can fling them. There's a massive variety of things you can do to people that are physically impossible in every way, shape, or form. And Infamous actually rewards you for it. The game actually gives you karma based on these actions and can actually help you achieve karma goals that you've set. Number 8, here's another game that actually is messing with NPCs, The Sims, which essentially you're given a bunch of NPCs to guide through life and cause events, both in their world and actions of their own. The Sims havoc can range from sexual to apocalyptic, frankly. And if we made a list like this without mentioning The Sims, we would be remiss. Number 7, Fable Lost Chapters, which is basically set up for you to do that in. Fable has a lot of choice-oriented stuff in it, how you talk to people, how you treat people, what you endorse, what you allow, what you don't like, what you do like, and you can make choices that really affect people in strange ways. And let's not forget you can do various actions to them, like flirt with them, taunt them, act like a jackass in various ways, especially dancing. And frankly, that's kind of the fun of Fable. And the Fable games have got good stories and I enjoy playing them for that, but man, I love messing with NPCs. And what's fun about Fable is you don't actually have to create total chaos to mess with the NPCs in this game. You can really be more of a nuisance to people, and they respond like you're acting like a nuisance to them, and that's something I like. Oh yeah, and you can enter a village and just kill everybody on sight too if you want. That's also an option. Number 6, Skyrim. Messing with people in Skyrim is a ton of fun because you can take things from them. Yes, they have possessions in their pockets, in their chests, in their homes. They have lives. They have things going on that you can interrupt. If you really want to, you can get into fights with them. But I think it's much more fun to psychologically mess with them. Even though there isn't necessarily a full-on end game for it, you can't send anybody to the therapist because they can't handle things anymore, but you can imagine that part if you really want to. Number 5, Just Cause. Where in Grand Theft Auto you have wanted stars to worry about and police to deal with, Just Cause is basically just a massive action piece that you mess with. You can look at Just Cause as a means to figure out a way to build the longest lasting explosion if you really want to. Yeah, there's a campaign, there's a story to do, there's goals, there's a purpose if you really want that kind of thing, but people like Just Cause for a reason, and it's not that ridiculous campaign. Number 4, Fallout 4. In Fallout 4, you have a large variety of NPCs to mess with, but but the most fun thing to do is to mess with the other factions. Being you kind of have the ability to make whatever weapon you want if you have enough time, then creating new and different ways to completely destroy or mess with some other faction is possibly the most rewarding thing that you can do in Fallout that doesn't involve actually progressing anything. Also, it's significantly less depressing than the actual plot of the game, so why not? Number 3, the Grand Theft Auto franchise, and that means 3 on. Essentially the game that created the mess with NPCs in the first place thing. Grand Theft Auto 3 lets you go on a leisurely stroll through the city and punch anyone you wanted, or hit them with your car, or shoot them with your gun, or drop things on them. And it's only got more and more elaborate since then. As physics has evolved and people have gotten weirder, Grand Theft Auto has just gotten so bizarre. Number 2, Red Dead Redemption, which basically kept that tradition of Grand Theft Auto alive, but took it back about 100 years or so. And let's be frank, the Wild West is kind of the perfect setting for that because again, just like medieval times, it was often completely lawless. You didn't like somebody, you could tie a woman to the train tracks. It's kind of a weird thing to do, but hey, when in Rome, right? You can have impromptu duels because it's the Wild West and you have a gun and people don't have to necessarily accept those duels. Like, you don't say, I challenge you to a duel, you just ride into town on your horse and you go, hey, NPCs. It's the Wild West, motherfuckers! And number 1, Saints Row the 3rd and 4th. Basically, the world becomes WWE Raw in these games. You can walk around and do ridiculous moves. They even just go around kicking people in the nuts all day. It's basically Grand Theft Auto turned up to 11, and it labels itself as satirical of those games, but I would maybe just say they're aiming for new heights. And I don't really think it needs to be making excuses, on account it's highly amusing. If you've ever played any of the Saints Row games, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So how do you like your messing with NPCs? Let's have a good discussion about that in the comments because there's basically endless possibilities here. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button, of course, and if you're not subscribed to us, please do so. We upload brand new videos every single day of the week, and the best way to see them first is a subscription. As always, we thank you so much for watching this video, and we will see you next time right here on gameranx.